But first, to the latest on Alexander Isak's future, and with less than a week until the new Premier League season, Eddie Howe says, as it stands, Alexander Isak will not face Aston Villa in their opening game. Howe confirmed Isak will continue to train away from the squad while he missed the friendly draw with Espanyol last night, but Howe hopes Isak can stay at Newcastle.
We've had discussions, and it's clear at the moment that, we can't involve him with the group. So, I don't know how long that will be for. That's the latest.
When you say you can't involve him with the group, is that your choice or is that his choice?
I think I'd rather just leave it with that line. I think the discussions between us have to remain private. But it's clear I can't involve him with the team at the moment.
Does he have a future at Newcastle?
Well, he's here. Of course he has a future at Newcastle. Certainly from our perspective, everyone connected with the club, we would love to see him back with the team. But the situation has to be right for that to happen.
And we saw him turn up on Wednesday later than the rest of the squad. Has he been disciplined at all?
No, I don't think so. I think he's training later than the rest of the squad. But no, there's been obviously discussions since the tour and everything that happened sort of in between that. But in terms of disciplinary action, I don't think that's happened. Well, he's here and he's contracted to us, so as long as he's in that position, there is of course a chance that he could play for Newcastle again. But I don't know what the future will hold. I'd want Alex to be playing today. I'd want him training tomorrow. We would love the player to be with us. So let me make that absolutely clear. There's no part of me that doesn't want that outcome. But I don't see that changing before Aston Villa, the current situation that we're in.
We brought you pictures of Isak returning to Newcastle's training ground this week, having missed their pre-season tour. He's been training away from the rest of the squad as instructed by Howe. Newcastle rejected an opening offer of £110 million plus add-ons from Liverpool earlier this month after Isak told the club he wanted to explore his options in the transfer window. And Eddie Howe admits that some of the squad have been disrupted by the news, and he is aware of some negative feeling from his players to the situation.
Whenever you have a player in this situation, it's unsettling for the team. I don't think we've been in that position since I've been here. The harmony and togetherness of the group's been at its highest. So I think naturally it's just been a topic of conversation. It's been a distraction, and I think the biggest sort of hit we've taken is we're not blessed with a number of players in his position, so I think you've seen a big gap. But I have to say big credit to the players because they've got on with their work. The training's been of a really high level. I haven't seen a negative output on the pitch. But I have been aware of a feeling around the group that there's something there that's not to the benefit of the group. The group's been together since the moment I stepped through the door. We had our challenges. We had big mountains to climb on the pitch, but we were always united off the pitch. It's been one of our biggest strengths, and that's why we've been successful. So it doesn't mean that we can't overcome this and come back even stronger. And I think that's what I have to work really hard with, is with a group of players that will fight and give everything for the football club, that we use any adversity or any challenge to our benefit. I think the message is that we are working as hard as we can to the benefit of Newcastle to try, one, and improve the squad, two, keep the squad together and harmonious. And I think the biggest thing for the supporters is that they see everyone fighting for the same cause on the pitch, fighting with every ounce they have for long-term success. I don't expect that to change. I expect us to be ready for when the season starts, to give our all, and we need that united feel throughout the club. And that's why, again, why we've had success, because the supporters have been with us. They've seen the effort that we've given, and now it's our job to make sure that's evident again.
Well, it was William Asula who started up front in Isak's absence last night. Aaron Ramsdale saved a penalty on his Newcastle debut at St James's Park. Newcastle have one final friendly against Atletico Madrid at 4 o'clock today, and Howe says they are working to strengthen their forward options for the season.
Transfer window ratings, everyone rates transfer windows when the window's shut and gives it, that's a 10 and that's a 1. We didn't sign many players last summer and everyone said it's a disastrous window and PSR is affecting our long-term success, and we're going to have one of the best seasons in recent memory. So signing players doesn't guarantee everything. It does, if you get it right, obviously can take your squad forward to a different area. We're in a position, I think, where we haven't recruited for so long. We are very keen to add new stimulus to the group. Change is sometimes a really good thing for the squad. But if we had to go with the squad that we have into the season, I would do that very proudly, and I'd bank on the lads proving everybody wrong again.
Look at the current forward options available to Eddie Howe, but not necessarily for that centre forward spot. So far, they've added Anthony Elanga from Nottingham Forest to a deal worth £55 million, and also the 18-year-old South Korean winger Seung-Soo Park. Now, sticking with this Isak link, Arne Slot was asked directly about Liverpool's chances of signing the Swedish international this summer. Unsurprisingly, he wouldn't comment on the striker, but he did confirm he was happy with the club's business so far, and also confirmed Darwin Nunez is expected to leave in the coming days.
As you know from me, and I think every manager works like this, you never talk about players that are not yours. So I can talk to you about Hugo, which we've signed recently and has done really well till now. We are very happy with the squad we are having. And there's every reason to be happy about that because we won the league last season. Okay, players left, but we've brought players in as well. And youngsters are doing good. So at this moment of time, Darwin might leave indeed, but things are not signed yet.
Some very significant breaking news this Saturday evening, and that is that Liverpool have confirmed that they have sold Darwin Nunez to Al Hilal. This is subject to international clearance. It is a permanent transfer, and so his 3-year spell with Liverpool comes to an end. He has made 143 appearances for Liverpool, scored 40 goals, collecting, of course, Premier League and Carabao Cup winners' medals along the way. So he arrived, you might remember, from Benfica. That was in the summer of 2022, and he helped Jurgen Klopp lift the FA Community Shield and actually scored on his competitive debut as Liverpool beat Manchester City. 15 goals from 42